senior graduate called the Wisdom Area, and the Wisdom Area had a very different.
And led in 2000. I finished the Landmark Forum in 2006. And let's see. In any event, if you haven't done the forum or the advanced course by Landmark Worldwide, I don't represent them. I don't work for them. I don't influence for them. I don't make any money from them. I have nothing to do with them whatsoever. I don't even take any of their courses. They are the two best things I've ever done. The full syllabus is online for free to look at. And yeah, I mean, one of the first things that they discuss on the first day, it's 3 days, it's 915 bucks each, $200 down deposit, before discounts on the full 915. And yeah, first day, I saw like a conversation. They were talking about how good and evil, bad and good, and true and false, and fact and fiction, and all those sorts of things are all in the sea of opinions. Um, and yeah, once I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, why am I such a jerk? Or why was I such a jerk to my brother about him being a jerk, or my impression that he was a jerk, rather. And yeah, I was just like, bro, I don't know why the heck I was ever we ever fought, but I don't want to fight anymore. And we have a great relationship now. It's awesome. Anyway,
Coach had a different leader, actually, a man to this day. He passed away a couple of years ago. I still admire him very much, and I feel very blessed.
so there's a lot of different distinctions like that one we just talked about with the good and evil thing that Anne discovered about herself through all the courses that she took. So she did the forum. I'm sure she did the advanced course or the version of it at that point in time in the 90s or whatever. The most likely communications curriculum, most likely their leadership program, or rather their program to support others in seeing and discovering something about themselves. Anyway, she received a lot of life tools um, that she is welcome to and sort of automatically using out there in the real world right now, even though she's not physically working for the enterprise or taking any specific courses or anything like that. So continue. And this guy, Chris Shelton, is a cult coercive control and recovery. I don't believe, it doesn't sound like he has done the former the advanced course. And yeah, we'll continue.
To have found that track and not.
So yeah, this is just so common. It's either just complete out bashing it, and those are people that either haven't done it or are a competitor, or people following other people that are talking, representing a competitor or a someone that hasn't done it. So people are like, oh well, th that person said that it was bad, so therefore it's bad. You know what I mean? It's like they're totally trusting some anonymous robot without even a picture of a face of a person as their profile picture. Or they don't post at all. I mean, and we don't even know where these people are located. And then, or it's people that have done it and then are either influenced by those people that haven't or are competitors, or they have done it and they legit had a, the all the things working out in their life. If they actually did the 5 days of the forum, different areas of their life. Nobody's saying anyone's perfect in that sense of the realm. I invite you to look at the definition of the word perfect, which is the it's perfect the way things are right now because maybe there's something that I didn't know that I didn't know that now I'm getting. Anyway, so um she got a lot of these tools and she's using them now. And oh yeah, so it's just so wild that people are like, oh, I have the life of my, the life I've always wanted. Like, I'm happy, I have the job I want, I have the wife I want, I have the this I want. But it's they were so pressured. You have no idea how intricate and hidden it is and secret it is at the higher levels. And it's like, none of this is confounded at all. I can vouch for having worked 10 feet not worked, but assisted 10 feet from the director's office, who's aside from corporate worldwide office, like the head honcho of the entire organization. And I can attest that there's nothing secret or hidden or anything like that. And went through what she went through, putting in 26 years, making the kind of difference she made for hundreds of thousands of people around the country and therefore around the world. Um, and she's dealing with having left that kind of difference making for 26 years, and that how can she continue to make the difference? And it seems to me that she grew up wanting to take care of people, or at least that's what she got out of the forum. So it's all valid concerns that she's having. And I just invite you to look at her childhood abuse, which she's been very open about. So this isn't can't be gossip. I'm only bringing it up because she's bringing it up her teenage pregnancy. So these two things, um, I mean, you could see how that would impact an adult woman, right? And this is the last stage in her dealing with that grief and anguish and decades of just pain and misery and whatever she went through um by going through that type of formative years before you were, well, teenage, so right before you were 20, before as you were 19 or earlier, um could really, put on someone. And this, leaving her staff position at Landmark Worldwide, having grown up in that, is this video and these all her videos. And again, I don't want to put words in her mouth, are the last stage of her dealing with that childhood, making the difference that she was making, and coming to the my reality that the training that she got in her 26th year, let's say she left after 26 years and 11 and a half months, the training that she got in month 11 will, if not already, make a massive difference on how she lives the rest of her life.
Having stayed in the main track of Lamb.
So by staying, I assert that she will get that she's not a victim in that situation, that she was pressured to stay, merely that she got what she got. And I ask anyone that Brian or Ann that worked there for that period of time, 26 years, sounds like you're the OGs of the internet right now as far as working on Landmark Worldwide staff. And I ask that you try that on for size, that you got training in that last day that you worked that makes an impact on today. And whatever is incomplete, you left early, you um uh didn't say something to some staff member, whatever it is that's not fully like given up as a prejudice or a, I don't know, whatever. Like, it's like, if I worked somewhere for 26 years and I saw the value that I got out of year one and year five and year 10, 15, 20, 25, and then at 26, I'm like, this is not, I'm not, this isn't what I want my life to be. And you choose to make a decision at that point to say, no, I'm going to finish out whatever agreement that I told anybody else that I would do, because I am my word and I'm not going to back down on my word because I had an epiphany that I no longer choose to work here anymore. That you get that was part of it, and to fulfill the word, and look, maybe it's just simple as a phone call with one staff member, and or even just calling a center that doesn't even know who you are. Um, like just call the number on Google, like landmark worldwide near me, and then it'll pull up a phone number and call that phone number and leave a message. And just in leaving the message, at least for me, like 9 times out of 10, I can't think of a time that I haven't really done that recently, is as I'm leaving the voicemail or like a minute later, or maybe even like a day later or whatever, 20 days later, even if someone hasn't gotten back, hasn't returned my call, which doesn't happen at Landmark, they don't have that high of integrity and not return people's calls. So they'll get back to you. But I'm just saying in general, when I've called my mentor and left a voicemail for her, or when I called my wife and left a message for her or a text for her or whatever, or didn't even leave her a text but just called her with the intention to ask her a question, I naturally, because I'm not going to say after the forum, I seem to naturally be coming up with my own answers to my own questions that end up working out like extraordinarily well. Anyway, we'll continue.
Mark. I liken it like this all the time. It's sort of like if Landmark was the United States, I went off to Kauai for 10 years. You know, I went off to Kauai.
And by the way, I heard BASAN is a director of Marshall School of Business, not director, but a professor. And he was saying how unique, how closely the forum is related to American independence, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, etc. It is so inextricably linked. And yeah, it seems like we've been kind of rhyming history and things haven't his the things that I declare right now, things that have historically not moved in your life or in the world of geopolitics, are now moving.
I
You may not love a direction that you think that it might be moving in. It seems very clear to me today that, again, like it's perfect because we had to go there to get here. So the next leadership of the US and therefore impacting everywhere, um, has been so pushed to the brink of they even if they were always like Mark Cuban, for example, he's like, I wouldn't run unless a certain situation. And he wasn't down to get involved in politics before this. You know what I mean?
So you text me, and then I'll probably ask you for some information
Yeah.
so that I can call them.
Yep.
That would be great. Just because of the fact that it's like it's a Friday, so and then next week I think it's going to be so hard to get a hold of somebody. So if I could try to get a hold of somebody today, that would be amazing.
Yep. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Or even if like I can have you call them because you're technically the lead on the insurance.
Sure. No problem.
Give them the insurance.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
Yeah, that we're not fighting the existence of anything.
Sure.
We're just like, hi, and I can give you all my numbers and all that kind of stuff. Just in case like you get it at 3 and I can't leave the classroom to do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That would be greatly appreciated.
No problem.
Because I'm like, son of a bitch. Like they're like the only place in the area that my insurance like accepts, and like they just don't know how to fill it out.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I really appreciate it. Okay,
Yep.
I might bug you at noon just to see if the mail came. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna check at like 12:30, but yeah, sure.
No, I would call it. I have lunch usually about 1.
Okay, sure. That sounds good.
Okay, I'll talk to you then.
All right, love you.
Love you.
and the program I led were not so much based in intervention on people's thinking as on listening and listening for what was one.
Yes, listening
I've now
for.
come to find out that much of it was based in auditing ideas, and but we call it consulting services. And so
they are, it sounds like Chris is very well aware of Scientology, and they are comparing compare and despair. If you ever try to compare two things, you get ready for despair. Um, they are trying to compare what they call auditing in Scientology and calling that listening for and reliably delivering that which makes a real difference, or what truly matters to people and what's really important to people. That is listening. If you want to say that auditing in Scientology is the a a concept for great listening, I wouldn't really call it that. I'm not a pro in Scientology. I haven't even read Mind Dynamics, which I surely will, but I guarantee you that right, you read Mind Dynamics, you are not in some sort of cult, right? We can all agree on that, right? So if I read Mind Dynamics and I find things that are I don't know, impactful for me and makes a difference for me, it's like yeah, I mean, Grant said this too, and just because we both say this doesn't mean that uh, it it's bad that it comes from somewhere. I mean, like it seems to me that a lot of Scientology comes from different places. So I'd love to identify the principles of the in mind dynamics and then overlay that to like where did he get that from? And I guarantee you you'll be able to trace it back. Oh, this is from the 1800s. This is from the 1200s. This is from the Bible. And how could this, in a non-religious way, impact people? And that's about it. If it's a religion to say that drinking water and landmark form has nothing to do with drinking water, I'm just saying, if you're gonna say that I'm in a cult because I say to drink water, that seems a little um, like you're making it, you're forcing it to mean that.
It's been very honestly quite upsetting, and there will be people, hopefully landmark people, that will listen to this. And part of why I'm here is because.
So I mean, this is so great. So I want Anne to get that even if she left in 2024, the enterprise of Landmark Worldwide did hear her criticisms, concerns, questions, and did deal with them. In fact, case in point, she didn't like that some guy that was leading things was sleeping around, and then someone that she interviewed was leading things and sleeping around and was asked to step down. So, to my summation, it seems completely full circle. Like you had an issue in the 90s, you addressed it in the 90s, and who knows, it may have been transformed in the organization within 6 months from then. Probably was because somebody heard about it somehow, some way, and then it ended up being a sort of a change of a policy of hey, this is an inappropriate behavior type of deal. And even if you try to go just paint the lines of the inappropriate behavior and still try to be I mean yeah, anyway, so it just and then you go ahead and interview that person and they mention that like none of this is gossip or behind the scenes, it's all on YouTube. I would not be speaking about any of this stuff. I would just be like, hey, do the form of the advanced course. It's the bomb, you'll never regret it. All right, I hope you're having a good best day ever. Peace.